Guys, so we're getting going here. We've shared it with everybody. Questions are starting. Before we get going, a few little announcements. We will be at the Dallas Europa.
Yep.
Myself, Dallas, Eduardo, Eric Hart, several tier operators. If you are a tier operator, you want to come work the Europa, email luke@redcon1.com and he will sign you up. As far as us, both me and you will be there all day Saturday. I won't be able to be there Sunday. It's Father's Day. I know you're heading back early on Sunday. But
yeah. Father's Day.
Yeah, Father's Day. Come back for Father's Day. But we will be there all day Saturday.
Legitimate children, but an honor for the honor.
Yes, that's good. That's good.
Possibility.
I'm glad you're taking it seriously for your future. But so we won't be there Sunday, but we will be there all day Saturday, and it is actually a really big event.
Big expo.
Very big expo. It's probably the third biggest expo in America, behind the Arnold and the Olympia. Or the Olympia and the Arnold.
It's right up there with the LA Fit Expo.
Yeah, it's big.
I mean,
it's
I would
big.
say, yeah.
Also, we have a lot of people interested in Texas. We have a lot of fans of Redcon, yourself, in Texas. It makes sense they would like big country in Texas, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Big country, Dallas.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah, Dallas.
Yeah, I love Texas too. So.
Yeah. So we'll be there all day Saturday. Come by, meet Dallas, meet me. Get products. We're gonna have some incredible deals on products. Hopefully all the new OIE stuff will be there by then.
Yeah.
I would assume, right?
Yeah, it should be close. Yeah, it'll be probably cutting it close. I don't know exactly what.
It'd be cool. Maybe we can talk to Eduardo. Make sure you can try to expedite that, so it's all there. Yeah. We need to unveil everything right there at the Orlando Europa. I'm at the Dallas Europa.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll get the show started here. Basically what we're doing, guys, is every week on Tuesday at 11, assuming our schedules permit, Dallas and I come here and do this Facebook Live with you guys so that you can reach out to Dallas, myself, obviously, and ask any questions. And it gives an opportunity for you guys, the fans, to be in touch with, hopefully, your favorite bodybuilder. So that's the plan on our
Or if you're just coming here to troll, that's fine too.
Yeah.
Bring it on.
We get very little of that. You got to admit. I see very little of that.
We don't have to put up with too much.
That's
because people know we don't put up with too much.
Yeah, you block your ass. The one thing I always found funny was that back in the day with my last company, there was always some bullshit. I always got bullshit. If I did a Facebook Live, I get so much stupidity. But now, what is it, chair stuff?
We're having chair issues.
Let's see. There's
timeout, guys.
There's like a button on here to stick it. Wait, hold on. Where is it? It's like if you push it in. I have to call Eduardo. Has it got it? Did you get it? Yep, you got it.
All right, we're good.
We're good. Never mind. Game on.
Guys, it's subverted.
So here, I guess the point of it was that here with Redcon, we just don't get that, which is nice. People come for legitimate reasons. Jordan Quinn. So, guys, here comes the questions. Jordan Quinn wants to know, what was your experience like, Dallas, in England? He was just there for BodyPower.
Yeah, it was nice. I really enjoyed it, to be honest. We were so busy. There wasn't much like free time to just experience things. But from what I saw, the people, the fans were great. The BodyPower Expo was fun. Yeah, it was all in all a good time. It was cold and rainy. Came back sick, but me and Flex both came back sick. But other than that,
it's always cold and rainy there, it seems.
Yeah. It's like, I think like living there is like living in Seattle.
Yeah, it is.
Horrible.
It is. Yeah.
No offense to you guys, but yeah, it's nice though. Everybody, I tell you what, like one thing that I really enjoyed about being over there, and I don't know if it's just like the fitness industry or like people in general in England. I've noticed like European people tend to be a little more like expressive with the way they like body art and like piercings and clothing and stuff.
Yeah.
And so it's really cool just to see the difference in cultures. Like there's a lot of really good like tattoo artwork walking around the expo I saw, and a lot of crazy piercings and cool hair and stuff like that. So,
yeah. There's more punk scene, something like that.
Yeah. It was it was cool.
They definitely have a lot of cold. That much I know for sure. They're cold and rainy. Fit. You just talked about the Fit Expo in California. Mm-hmm. Somebody asked, will we be there? Yes, we will be there next year. We went last year actually to go scout it out and plan for the Arnold booth. Yeah. But this year we will be there. That is actually a really great expo and always has an awesome turnout. Somebody's asking, George's asking, how is the Redcon gym coming along? George Holman asked about that. So everything is shipping now, today, I believe, hopefully, tomorrow at the latest. And the gym will be right here in dead center. When you walk into the office, it's like the crown jewels. It's not going to be a huge gym. I wish we had more space for it. But there will be a lot of cool stuff in there thanks to Super Fitness in Tennessee. Hooked us up really big time with some awesome equipment. Steven over there really did me a solid in Redcon. So when you see this gym, you're going to be impressed because he gave us a really great deal and a lot of cool equipment. So
and because all great things come from Tennessee.
Yes, he is a fan of yours, of course. He actually has a picture he sent me of you and him when you were looks like you're about 20.
Yeah, I think I was about 20 or 21 in that picture. Yeah,
you look like a little. He was actually bigger than you, which is crazy to think. Now you're like 100 pounds heavier.
Yeah, I was a little twerp.
You were still pretty big, still way bigger than I ever been. But let's see. Hey Dallas, would you ever do the Arnold South Africa?
Maybe. It just depends. South Africa's, obviously kind of out of the way, and then the timing of the show is real weird too. Yeah, I'm not gonna say no, but not in the foreseeable future, probably.
Yeah, because you would have to die.
So many Arnolds in there, all spaced out, all weird. It's like, to me, it seems like if they really wanted to do it, they should make a tour out of it and be like, okay, we got 6 Arnolds, and we're going to do them in back-to-back weekends, and we're going to set up to tour the guys around. So if you do the one in America, then we're going to go from America to Europe, to here, to here, to here, and just make all the stops and make like a 4 or 5 week tour out of it, and then
right now it's like they got 3 kind of close together, and they got a whole long gap, and then they got 3 kind of close together.
Yeah, it's all like you need to like.
It's tough for the guys. Yeah, you can't really do it.
Yeah, I think it would be a really huge hit with the fans too to do like a tour like that. That's what the guys used to do back then.
Yeah, they used to do that.
It used to be a big thing. It's like you do one show, and then after that you go to another, and it's like if the promoters all organize and get together on the fly. The thing is, well, anyways, it would just be a lot of work, so.
Tough to get everybody on the same page. Back in the day, what they would do is, for the European tours, and they even did Russia, they would space them out, sometimes just days apart. So they wouldn't even do, like here, everybody wants to have a show on a Saturday.
Yeah.
But back then, they would do a show on a Tuesday night, a Thursday night, a Saturday night. And that way it made it so guys could go for 3 weeks and do 8 shows, 10 shows. Which obviously for you as a competitor, it'd be nice to be able to do it and knock them all out one after another. Mm-hmm. And I think that as a fan of bodybuilding, I would think it would be really cool to go on a Tuesday night to see a show.
Yeah.
Because then those shows were only an hour and a half, long.
Let's face it, if you're going to go to a show, you're going to go on a Tuesday or a Saturday. It doesn't really matter.
No, it doesn't.
If you really want to go, you're going to go.
Yeah, because you're a fan. If you're that big
I'll be honest, I feel like most people got more important plans on a Saturday night.
Yeah, you're right.
Tuesday night.
You're right. Maybe, definitely may have a point there. Luca wants to know, is Dallas qualified for the Olympia? He's got points. But it's not I don't know, it's not really a concern at this point, right?
Yeah, guys, we get the question a lot, but we're not doing the Olympia. I've decided to take this year off the rest of the year, and as you guys have seen in the recent pictures, we are still hard at work and still trying to improve the physique that we brought to stage at last year's Arnold, and hopefully we'll be back at the Arnold, God willing, and be successful and do well there, and then hopefully on to the Olympia next year. And of course, all that's tentative. You can't set definite plans because you never know how all the chips are going to fall, but in a perfect world, that's the way I'd like it to play out. So
yeah, of course. Yeah. Alex is asking creatine pre-workout. I don't think it really matters when you take your creatine.
No.
I think studies have shown now that creatine can be taken really at any time. It's kind of a cumulative thing, so it's not gonna. I mean, if anything, I might take it post-workout with a shake or something. Or what would you do?
Yeah, I mean, I like you said, pre-post.
Doesn't matter really.
I'm honestly not that familiar with the science behind creatine, but as far as for me personally, like any time's just as good as the next time, really.
And now that we have Tango, a lot of people have been asking. Tango is our recovery product, and it has 3 different types of creatine. Creatine Magna Power, which is creatine bonded with magnesium, and then we have creatine HCl in it, and then we have creatine monohydrate, and it's got a bunch of other great ingredients for hydration and endurance. The truth of the matter is that you could take that product at any time. It could be pre-workout. You could take it with your pre-workout because it obviously has a flavor to it, or you could take it at a later date or in the morning. It tastes great, so it really doesn't make a difference. And that may be a question people are getting.
Most important thing with creatine is drink lots of water.
Yeah, drink a lot of water. Yep.
Stay properly hydrated.
He says, will you be working with Chad in your future preps?
As right now, me and Chad first off, let me start off by saying that me and Chad are always going to be, as far as I'm concerned, and I think as far as Chad's concerned as well, great friends. I've spoken to Chad, and Chad actually reached out to me and texted me and told me, that he thought that the most important thing is that I find, some form of, happiness and contentment in life before, pursuing or worrying about coaches or this, that, and the other. And, really that's just kind of what I'm on a mission to do right now. Like I said, Chad's always probably gonna be an open door to any advice that I could have, as he was previously to coaching me. And I'm not saying that I'll never ask Chad for his help again. He did nothing wrong, and I just feel like we had some unfortunate events happen where we didn't place like we wanted to, but not really here nor there. As of right now, I'm just kind of doing my own thing. Matt's programming some of my training. Joe Bennett comes down and trains with me. And I'll be honest, guys, I think for me personally, the biggest thing I've learned in my 5 years of doing this is that, no one person has all the answers for one person. And, I think I've learned that I've been very fortunate to make some great friends in this industry, some very knowledgeable friends, whether you're talking about Chad or Hani or, Matt or Joe or, Ben, or, I can just go on and on with the number of people that I've been blessed to encounter that are very, very knowledgeable and helpful. And so there's so many people that I hate to use the word that I have, I hate to say at my disposal because that sounds terrible. Yeah. But, you don't mean it like that. But I'm just saying there's so many people I can't think of a better way to say it, but to reach out to for help that right now I'm just really worried about me and training and not really trying to, look too far ahead into the future. I'm just trying to have fun and train hard. And like I said, me and Matt are back collaborating some. Chad's always gonna, him and Kim have both reached out to me and told me that they gladly do anything for me, and I believe that. And I love them guys. And so moving forward, we'll just see what the future holds. I really don't know which direction or what I want to do in the next prep. Be honest with you.
Would you ever do it on your own? Would you ever consider doing it on your own? Or no?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, I'll probably just kind of do what I'm doing now, where it's if I have a question, obviously, like I said, there are a number of people that are very knowledgeable that are there that I can ask for help. So it's I don't feel like it's really going to be beneficial for me at this point in my career to really team up exclusively with anybody, and maybe that sounds bad, but I mean, I don't mean it in a bad way. I just think that sometimes the pressure of teaming up with somebody is almost more than it's worth, I guess. I felt like when me and Chad teamed up, it was this crazy shit show of expectations and stuff, and it just wasn't, I don't know. I don't think it was very beneficial to either one of us, to be honest with you, because we came out of it with, a lot of people talking shit, except for me and Chad. Me and Chad are perfectly happy with each other.
Yeah.
But it's everybody else seems to have something negative to say. It's the same way with me and Matt in the past, and I think that's just the industry in general. But
yeah, a lot of eyes are on you, and so there's a lot of good stuff and bad stuff that comes along with that.
Right.
Kind of how it is. Shifting gears, somebody had a funny question that I thought was interesting. Biggest shit talker as a bodybuilder, and let's not take that in a negative way. Obviously, in sports, there's some shit talk is okay and acceptable.
Yeah.
Who is the one that you can think of in our industry?
I mean, honestly, I would say anybody that I'm good friends with. You know, like me and Josh and Cedric had a group text going before the Olympia or before the Arnold. I mean, and there was a lot of shit talked. Some of the things that were said in that text are still pretty funny, but you know, really, like I would label myself right there with any of them. I mean, if I'm friends with you, like if I don't know you, I'm not gonna be that way because I don't want anybody to take anything I say personal.
Right.
I'm definitely not trying to hurt anybody's feelings or offend anybody. But if I know you, like, you know, there's definitely gonna be a certain avenue of shit talk going on. You know, me and Josh are probably the two world's worst. We text each other. If you read our text, you'd be like, man, these guys really don't like each other. But it's all out of love. Like, you know, I love Josh like a brother, and it's, to me, that's part of the fun in it. You know, when I grew up, you know, which wasn't so long ago when I was a kid, it wasn't such a sensitive, pansy-ass world that we lived in. And it was okay to be like, hey, you know, I'm going to kick your ass, like, you know, and let them know, you know. And even if you didn't, well, you didn't, you know.
Yeah.
But it's like now you can't say anything because everybody's so sensitive and entitled. And
Your hurt feelings.
Liberal.
Yeah, it's true.
It's true. Yeah, so, you know, it's just, it is what it is. But, yeah, if I'm close with you and we're friends, there's going to be some shit talking.
I thought that was an interesting one.
How's it going?
Yeah, that is a good one. Something you don't hear too much. Let's see. Are we going to be at... I missed it. There was one. Oh, the Texas thing. That Texas Expo thing that everybody's going to. Remember they invited it, didn't work out thing?
Yeah.
No Texas Expo. I forget the name of it. Remember Manager Matt, Texas Expo?
Yeah, not going to make it to that one. Maybe next year. I think they just kind of signed everybody up and then reached out to me last minute. And
yeah, we were a little late.
Yeah, the funds were just a little dry by that point, I think. So
it does look like it's going to be a cool event, though.
It's going to be a big event,
and,
though.
And Manager Matt is a great guy, and he is managing all the talent for the event. Like you said, he came to us a little late, so we're not going to necessarily make it. In terms of other events, because that's one of the questions me and Dallas were talking about before, get a lot of questions about what events we're going to be at. So I'll just let you know now. There may be stuff that comes up along the way, but most of the events that are coming, we're really not going to be at. We're being very selective with the events that the brand does because it's very expensive. So people don't realize that just because a booth is only, let's say a booth costs $5,000, there's the cost of bringing the employees there. There's a cost of getting the stuff there. There's a cost of the food while they're there. Guy eats a lot. There's a cost of flying everybody there.
It takes up a big seat.
Yeah, yeah. So it adds up. So a booth that's $5,000, where it doesn't seem like a lot, or even there's events that people have been very generous, where they said, "Hey, we want Redcon there. We'll let you come for free." But the cost of actually getting there and the cost of the process of getting there, it precludes us from doing a lot of these. So the one you can guarantee we'll be at is the Olympia. That's the one thing you can count on. And the Arnold every year. I'm sure we'll be at Arnold every year. There's other shows like the New York Pro, the Pittsburgh Pro that we'll be at. And to be honest, that's more of a respect thing because the people that are putting on the shows, we respect. More than anything, and you know that plays a big role in terms of, you know, if we support an event, a lot of times it's more than just a return on investment. It's like a respect thing or due to the person. So, all right, next question.
But we will be in Houston the 10th.
Houston the 10th.
June, and
you'll be in Houston. You'll be in Houston for the 10th.
Yeah.
For the Nutrition Depot event, which is big.
Yeah.
And then you'll be back in Dallas the 17th.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dallas and Dallas.
And then the 24th, I'll be in Kevin and Stacy Tomasini show.
Yeah.
Guest posing.
Which sounds the Badger State, right?
Yes.
And those are fantastic people. That's a respect thing too, because they're awesome friends. So.
Those are great people and great friends.
Yeah.
Very much looking forward to seeing them.
Yeah.
And hanging out.
Nathan DaCosta wants to know, what's your favorite event that you attend every year, Dallas? Or what's your favorite event you've attended in general?
Man, I mean, I guess, you know, the Arnold, the Olympia, the Olympia, I mean, it's like the Super Bowl of our sport. So, I mean, if you got to pick an event, that's the one that, you know, you want to do.
Right.
It's, you know, it's the big dog. So.
It's the big dog. It's also a show.
It's a great show. The it's like an atmosphere about it. You know, it's like, you know, because you've been like, you've been in every aspect. You've been backstage, out in the crowd, like, you know, you were.
I've never been on stage.
You've covered it, yeah. Well, you've never done that one, yeah. But maybe to hand out an award.
No, I'm hoping on it. I'm hoping. I wanted to win the bodybuilding.com award at some point. They don't even do it anymore. But my goal years ago was to get an award for best new supplement company.
Yeah.
Because they give it out, and bodybuilding.com gives it out on the Olympia stage. But bodybuilding.com is no longer a sponsor for the event. So now I've got to go up there to hand out a trophy. That's my only chance. I'm gonna shoot for that. Yeah, but there's nothing like the Olympia. Olympia is our Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's
the biggest show.
It's an atmosphere about it. Energy.
Energy for sure. So George wants to know, Dallas, what is it like dating being a pro bodybuilder? Do you ever date within the industry?
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Yeah, your situation has changed.
Yeah, when I was single, I dated a few girls that were in the industry and all nice lady. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what dating's like not being a pro bodybuilder. You know, I've never, as long as I've been, you know, except for like a brief period of time in college, as long as I've been, and even then I was more dedicated to football than I was anything else, but as long as I've been able to date and live freely, you know, my adult life, I've pretty much been a bodybuilder. So it's, you know, I don't know what it's like to not date as a bodybuilder, but I mean, I think my dating life is just like any other busy individual's life. I mean, you go on dates when you can, you hang out with people when you can, you know, and the more successful you are in any walk of life, obviously you have to be cautious of people that approach you because of maybe what you're doing, or, you know, not to sound arrogant, but, you know, who you are, or what kind of, you know, what they can gain from you. It's so different than Aaron. You know, when Aaron was, or if Aaron were to be single now,
it would be a lot different now.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you were single now, I mean, when you met Darielle, like, you didn't have a whole lot, you know?
6 years ago, I didn't have anything. She certainly wasn't living up for my money. She was making more money than me.
Exactly. So, you know, could you imagine being single now?
Oh,
like,
no.
And so you have to be cautious of what people could, you know, gain from you, notoriety or whatever. But no, I mean, it's great. Like, there's a lot of great women in this industry, a lot of great people. Obviously, I'm very happy with Ashley now. We're just kind of...
Have you dated girls that were not involved in the industry or bodybuilding at all in the past?
Yeah.
And how did that... I mean, obviously didn't... You know, you're not with them. You have a new girlfriend that you're serious with. But back in the past, did girls that weren't in the industry at all understand, or was it like you know, an alien?
I find that there's like two types of people, right? And there's people that are going to be supportive of what you're doing, and there's people that aren't.
Yeah.
And you know, when I say aren't, I mean like indifferent. Which if they're like indifferent to it, then don't kid yourself. They're not supportive. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you meet a girl and you're like very serious about being a professional bodybuilder or whatever, you know, a big time businessman or whatever, and you meet somebody and, you know, you're like, well, these are my goals, and like their response is like, oh, well, that's great, it doesn't really affect me. Well, then you need to run, because ultimately, you know, if you're not with me, you're against me in a certain extent. So it's like, if somebody's truly supportive, you know, say they want to go do something on a weekend night, well, I can't, you know, I've got to train tomorrow, I've got to do this, or I got to prep my meals. You know, and then you're going to get two responses. It's like, well, they're not going to understand because they don't care, like they just said, or they're going to be like supportive in it. And I find that goes across the board, whether people are in the fitness industry or not. You know, I dated a girl who was a nurse who was like extremely supportive of everything I ever did.
And she didn't even understand.
She had nothing to do with any of it, you know? Like, this girl would like wake up and go do cardio with me at like 6 a.m. before she would go to work. Or like when she would get off a night shift, go do cardio with me, either way. And like, she had absolutely no business, like could care less, you know?
But on the flip side, I know personally there are girls in the industry that understand everything and still don't want to support it.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Then you got girls that are in the industry that, like, you know, you couldn't pay them to like cook a meal or help with something.
I've met plenty of those.
You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't matter what their walk of life is people are going to want to support you in what you do and understand it, or they're not. And that goes for no matter what your profession or goals are, and no matter what their profession and goals are.
Right.
You know, you're either going to have somebody that supports you or somebody that doesn't.
When is Jamie wants to know, who's the tier operator of the month, wants to know when is the new Dallas clothes coming out? I guess.
Eduardo! No, I don't. Well, we don't know. You'll have to ask Eduardo.
I think it's in the works. So it's all been completed, right? The design stuff is done.
We've got the hats.
Yep. Oh, there you go.
See?
Here, let me see if I can zoom in on your hat here. Let's see. Put it back down. There's the new hat right there.
That's it.
Nice. So, I mean, a majority of the stuff is, I think actually all of it is done in terms of the design work.
All the design work is done. It's just it's printing now.
Yeah.
So.
Here you are. So look at you. Right now, I know they're in the midst of printing thousands of these freaking thin hoodies we gave away. So, I mean, it's like overwhelming. We had a great successful sale. For you guys out there that are watching that participated and got your free hoodie with any purchase over $75, thank you very, very much. Eduardo severely underestimated how many sales we were going to have.
Really? How many we did?
Over 1,000.
Wow.
And he bought like 300 hoodies.
Ha.
And I was like, dude, for real? Like, how would you get so few? Because that's like a normal day. Mm-hmm. And so now he's got Craig fucking freaking out. And,
what a son.
Yeah. So, who do you follow on social media, Dallas? Do you like mass monsters or do you follow more aesthetic bodybuilders?
To be honest with you, I don't really follow many people in the fitness industry at all. Like I am a fan of the fitness industry, but it's like I don't get into the fitness industry hype and the little one-liners saying, like, I'll be honest, most of that shit annoys me. It really annoys me. Like,
it took a lot to get you to say something was proper.
Whatever. Yeah.
Saluted.
Yeah, like all that, like just annoying. And it's nothing against the people that do it. I'm glad they do it. Like, I hope they have fun doing it. I hope their fans enjoy it. It just, for some reason, like, the word gains just makes me want to punch a baby in the face. Like, I hate the word gains. Like, it's so stupid.
That's how I feel about the word epic. I don't like epic.
Like, there's so much, like, I feel like that people have no sense of like originality, or it's like, oh well, this is the word savage or beast mode, or just, I could go on for days.
I think that people would be very surprised how little people within the industry talk about bodybuilding. How much of me and you sat and talked about the sport of bodybuilding? Like, have we ever broken down, sat down and talked about? Very little.
1/15 of the total.
Yeah, very little. Like when you and Flex work out at the gym together, how often are you, talking about the New York Pro and stuff?
Rarely.
Yeah, it's like one tiny tenth of it.
No, but things I follow, I like to follow people that obviously, I'm motivated.
You're a sports fanatic.
Yeah, I like sports. I follow a lot of sports people, top players. LeBron, Marshawn Lynch, the list just goes on and on. Westbrook, every sport except for baseball. I don't really keep up with baseball that much. It just bores the shit out of me. But yeah, I love sports. I love to follow, like I was talking about earlier, I follow a lot of like musicians and rappers and things like that. One of my favorite people that I follow is the guy that's down in Miami. I always forget his name. I feel so
Rapper?
bad. No, the Real World Tactical guy. His Instagram is...
Oh, Bertillo or whatever? With the black shaved head?
Yeah, I always feel bad because I can
Mike Barillo or something like that? Real World Tactical.
Tony.
Oh.
Tony Cinemata.
Yeah. Yeah.
His last name's tricky. But anyway,
Real World Tactical. I feel like people know who he is.
Yeah, exactly. I'm telling you. But, I think he is...
he's an athlete, geez.
Yeah, it's impressive, man. And so, like, and things that make me laugh, like, there's certain people that probably nobody's ever heard of that I follow that, like, make me laugh. Like, I follow Riff Raff. I think he's funny. Who else? Yeah, I don't know. Just random people that you would not expect me to follow, Not so much fitness industry people. I do follow fitness industry people, but only more so out of like courtesy because it's people I've met, and I'm like, I feel bad if I don't
if you don't follow them.
Oh, did you see where I posted this? I'm like, no, I didn't.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah.
Sometimes I want to unfollow people that I've been following for a while that are in the fitness industry, and then I don't because I get scared that they'll know. And I'll be
Notice and you feel bad. Yeah, I'm the same way.
Darielle has done it because they have apps that can. I have an app where you can check. See. Who
I've got called out on it. Yeah.
I don't do it because I don't. Darielle has done it before and got her feelings hurt, and she's like, "You should check and see." I'm like, I do not want to see if people unfollow. I don't want to know that they don't want to see my shit. You know.
I mean.
I might get my feelings hurt if it's somebody that I like and they got unfollowed and they unfollowed them. I'd be like, dude, really? I'd be tempted. Wouldn't you? If you like them?
Oh yeah, I would. Yeah. So it's just better off not to know. And plus, it's the grand scheme of things. Like it's social media. Like.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, but you can't help it. I know that if I'm not gonna say the person that unfollowed her, but it hurt her feelings. And if that person that she unfollowed me, it probably would have hurt my feelings too.
Right.
Anyway. Let's see. What's your playlist look like? That's a good question.
A playlist?
You like all rap, pretty much.
Yeah, like for training, yeah, it's all pretty much rap. Like
you like hardcore rap.
Yeah.
Like gangster rap.
Yeah, I'm from Memphis. We don't know.
While you're looking it up, I already answer this. Do you use an elevation mask?
No.
Nobody uses an elevation mask.
No.
Nobody. No bodybuilder uses an elevation mask.
I don't know if you've ever trained in Boca.
Yeah, it's like an elevation.
In a metal warehouse.
Yeah.
When it's 100 degrees outside.
You want to fucking kill yourself.
Last night at 7 p.m. it was like 87 degrees in Flex's gym. That was
oh my god,
toasty.
Yeah, he likes it hot like that.
Yeah,
I've been in there before where he's got the air conditioner off and the thing up, and I walked in there and I was like, dude, I'm out of here.
Yeah,
forget it.
No, I love to sweat. Oh, but yeah, my playlist is really just a lot of Jeezy, Yo Gotti, 3-6 Mafia. Some older, stuff like Lil Scrappy, Tupac, DMX, Dr. Dre, NWA, Cypress Hill, Gucci Mane. Stuff like that.
Two good questions. OIE shorts, are they on the list? I don't even know.
No, but only because we haven't found. We are looking for shorts, but we have to find shorts that fit me first.
Yeah,
unfortunately, the thing with OIE is it's difficult to make clothing sometimes that fits me, but I find that I would be like highly hypocritical and putting out things that I can't even or don't even wear myself. So.
Yeah, and that is a problem because those shorts. I really love the shorts we have now.
I do too.
Shorts, but they're like tights on him, so you're not gonna wear them. So there's no
awkwardly tight.
Yeah,
Colin Von Moger tight.
Yeah, you don't want that. You definitely don't want that. I went and tried on pants yesterday. I went to me and Eduardo went to Neiman's to get pants.
Yeah.
And man, you really could not wear because they're super tight on me.
Yeah.
And I have to go. So I wear a 34 waist, and I'll wear a 38. I wear a 38, and they're still tight.
I got a 40. Yeah.
Yeah, and you wouldn't even know you could wear a fucking in fancy pants like.
Oh no, there's no way. Yeah.
They're meant to be tight, and so like the guy was like, oh, it looks good. I'm like, no way. I'm not gonna like walk around like Von Moger pants. Maybe it is the style now, but I don't want that.
I love Colin, and like honestly, I'm jealous of guys that can wear fashionable things because I can't. So I talk shit about all you guys for wearing tight, pretty boy stuff. But that's only out of jealousy because I can't fit into any of it. Speaking of which, we need next Tuesday. We should have the suit guy measure me.
Yeah, actually, why don't this is his card right here. Why don't we call him today and make an appointment? We got this guy here. I'm not gonna give his name yet until he gives Dallas a good deal. We got this guy. We got this guy who got a card here, and he came in and he made a jacket for me for a very nice jacket for a reasonable price, and probably not reasonable to most people out there, but it was reasonable compared to other custom stuff. And so I told him about Dallas and how big a following he has and how no bodybuilders are dressed. Not nobody, because Flex has a few nice suits.
Yeah.
And so does Phil Heath, but it's very rare. It's very rare. So this guy is a professional, tailor that orders fabrics from Italy. The suits are made custom in the UK. It's good stuff. So I told him, and he said, look, I will give him a really good deal. And he said, what can he pay? So I was like, I hope he's not watching. He was like, so I know that a good jacket like this with this material is going to run around $2,000, especially custom for somebody like you. And so I was like, oh, I'm going to shoot super low. And I was like, maybe $1,000. And he's like, oh, and he'll post about it and everything. And I was like, if it's nice. And he's like, okay. So I was like, oh my God, I got such a good deal for you. So Yeah, I know that still sounds like an incredibly expensive jacket, but
It's really cheap.
Trust me, it's very reasonable. I mean, I think even if you go to Men's Warehouse and have to have them recut it, it's going to be like close to that much.
Yeah, for sure.
Because usually for like a big guy, they'll have to take 2 jackets and cut it apart and remake it, which you can imagine is not going to be that nice at Men's Warehouse. You know.
Yeah.
Let's see. This is a good one. Braden wants to know, what supplements do you take, Dallas? What other supplements that Redcon doesn't make do you take?
Good question. Basically, the only thing that I take that's not made by Redcon is things that Redcon doesn't carry a category for yet. So, for instance, my health supplements.
You take a long list of health supplements.
Yeah, we could be here a long time for that one.
But there's good news on that front.
Yeah. So we have a product coming soon.
You didn't say the name because the name has been registered now. It's called MedPack.
MedPack, yeah. So yeah, we're putting out MedPack, which is going to be pretty much like I would consider it a head to toe health supplement. It's going to have several things in it that will basically just help with overall health, especially in performance athletes and people doing like what we're doing here.
And Dallas actually designed it.
I was fortunate enough to be able to formulate it, as I get to say, get to have a say in a lot of our products here. So it's actually really nice. So that was one of the things that brought me to Redcon was Aaron's willingness to let me help with things. So yeah, I'm really excited about MedPack. It'll be cool. But yeah, other than the health products, things that Redcon doesn't make, I'm trying to think. I take a little bit of an electrolyte formula, some fiber, a greens formula.
Yeah, we're coming out with a greens formula.
Yeah, fiber, greens formula.
Do you take a greens formula and a fiber? So
yeah.
Like a dietary fiber supplement and greens.
Yeah.
I'm interested in fiber. Palumbo made one called Fiberlize. Remember that?
No.
You never took it? So people loved it for a while. I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing. It was his most popular product, which is crazy to think a sports supplement company, the most popular product is a fiber product.
Yeah.
But people love it, and Matt still takes it. And
a lot of people during prep simply don't get enough fiber that they need, and thus, the difficulty. You've prepped before, you know what can happen.
You can't poop, yeah.
You can't get a dump. So, it's obviously key
pretty important.
That. Not to mention, there's a lot of other health benefits with fiber that insulin sensitivity and all that stuff.
Colon cancer is a big deal. Like if you're not taking enough fiber, you can, by being stuffed up, they say that can lead to colon cancer and stuff.
Well, if you're not, bluntly, if your insides, your colon specifically isn't cleaned out properly, isn't hydrated properly, you've literally got shit stored up in there, and it's gonna go like septic and nasty, and all kinds of unhealthy things can happen. So
I can tell you one weird thing for me, without getting into too much detail, is that if I am not regular and be conscious of that type of thing, do the things that are required, then I break out. It's like I literally can tell, because I really don't get a lot of pimples, but if I have a problem where I'm like, if I'm dieting, I don't poop or whatever, I'm not taking the right things, if I stop taking any of my, like the probiotic stuff or whatever, then I'll start getting pimples. And it's strictly, I believe it's the toxic nature of everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hitting everything else.
Yeah.
I think that people who have really bad acne, if they start taking care of themselves, the insides more, is like for me, the probiotics that I take was a big thing. And fiber, it made me have a lot less pimples.
Yeah, I feel like my skin's cleared up tremendously.
Well, you don't have any pimples, really.
Yeah, tremendously in the last few months, just due to, trying to be healthier.
Yeah.
Cleaner on the inside.
Yep. We'll do a few more questions, guys. We're going to call it a day. So if you have your questions and you're waiting on them, hit us up now.
There's a guy named Dallas.
Yeah, I see Dallas Diaz. Is it's not a MedPack, it's a MedPack. MedPack going to be like a multivitamin? Yes. There is a multivitamin, multi-mineral in the MedPack, but there's a lot more than that. It's actually, basically Dallas made a list of everything he takes, and he put it all onto this list, and we basically stuffed it all into this MedPack. And so it's going to be like the animal packs, I'm sure everybody's familiar. Each day has its own little pack, and it'll be in a box. It looks like a MedPack. It looks like a first aid box. And inside of there, you'll have 30-day supply, and you can put it in your pocket, put it in your gym bag, whatever. They're portable, like almost like a sample pack filled with capsules and gel caps and everything else. And we were able to do basically exactly what Dallas wanted. We only had to alter one thing, but basically everything he takes is in one pack.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah, and the thing is, I think actually the dosages are going to be halved, right? So like, if you were a normal size person, maybe 1. If you're, Dallas, 2.
I don't know. We'll have to look at it again, and maybe exactly what you asked.
Yeah, I don't remember how we did.
We didn't have to cut much down.
Yeah.
The only thing we had to cut down that you take and I take too is Tudka. So I would have removed Tudka because it's like incredibly expensive. It would have doubled the price. And the reason why we had to take it out is not because I didn't think it was good, because we do think it's good, but because we wanted to make it priced.
Nobody was going to buy $150 health supplement.
So that's the problem, is like we wanted to make it practical for you guys out there. Tudka on its own for a bottle of Tudka is like $40, $50.
Yeah.
So we didn't want to increase the cost of the product that much for you guys. Although we still do recommend, I'm sure Dallas, when we bring it out, he'll mention that, and there's nothing wrong with saying it's still something that I take and everything.
Yeah, I mean, there's no, is it really that big of an inconvenience to take one more tablet?
Yeah, exactly, once you're doing all that.
Capsule.
Let's see, go through a few more. Let's go to this one. What are your favorite bodybuilding poses to hit, and how often do you practice posing?
Practice posing, every time I walk by my bathroom mirror.
Same as me.
Yeah. No, I do pose like after training, and obviously in the prep it'll kick up a lot more. Although I have put more of an emphasis on posing, so I'm definitely, even in the off season, posing, 2 to 3 times a week for, 20 or 30 minutes. And then favorite poses, I guess that depends on the bodybuilder, but for me, I like my most muscular, variations of front double bicep, the bent over, like shoulder display with the hands out. I like that one on me. Side chest. Rear double bicep one day will be a good pose for me. One day soon. Yeah.
It's already pretty damn good.
Yeah,
there was a big difference between a year ago and now. Here's an interesting question that's not on here that I heard Phil Heath actually talk about today on that podcast I was telling you about.
Uh-huh.
So they asked him something and he was very honest. And I have a feeling I already know the answer, but I'm curious to ask you. They asked Phil Heath, now that you look like this and you're all fucking jacked, Mr. Olympia and everything, do you ever look at yourself in the mirror and not happy with what you see? Are you super self-confident? And I'll tell you Phil's answer first. He said no, he's not. That he's actually worse. That he's constantly looking at himself and critiquing himself, and that he's not super confident, and that he looks at himself and thinks negative things.
I'm my own worst critic, but it's a double-sided question for me, right? Because in the terms of, am I confident with the way I look on a bodybuilding stage, or with the way I look in relationship to the goals at hand? Yes, I'm very comfortable with that, but also ever critical and working harder towards the goals at hand. You know what I'm saying? So I'm comfortable with me, but now, do I think society is comfortable with me? Absolutely not. Like you go places, we go places often.
Yeah.
You know what it's like.
Sure.
It's like you walk in somewhere, and so that's what gets to me, is it's like, because I'll be honest, like as most people are, I'm the kind of person that I like people to like me. I consider myself a very friendly person. I'm trying to be nice to people. So sometimes, I'd be lying if I said it's not easy, or it's easy to get, your feelings hurt when you walk in somewhere. And I guess what really bothers me is when people laugh. You know what I'm saying? People laugh. That pisses me off. But at the same time, it's like, I didn't just wake up like this. Like, this has been a lifelong process to get this way. So I'm aware of what I look like. It's just, it's more so insulting that the people are so closed-minded that they can't have, like, for instance, we were talking about body art earlier. I see somebody walk by with like 1 million piercings in their face, or like covered head to toe in tattoos. I'm like, wow, like, respect to you. Like, because the way I see it, it's like, you get one life, you get one body, and it's like ours to do with what we want, and then you can express yourself, or not express yourself through it however you want, but it's yours. It's like one of the few things in life that we have that like nobody can tell us what to do with, you know.
Sure.
It's like ours, you know. And so it's like when I see somebody that's like morbidly obese or super skinny or, you know, whatever, like I just feel like as society we have these terms set for what people should look like, and it's so stupid because, you know, you should look like whatever the hell you want to look like. And so that bothers me. Is like when people are closed-minded and kind of have like a weird view towards me and what I'm trying to accomplish. That's really the only part that bothers me. As for like being confident in the way I look and secure in the way I look, like yes, I'm, as Phil said, overly critical of myself in a bodybuilding aspect, but on the same hand, it's like I love what I'm doing, and like this is how I need to look to accomplish the goals at hand. You know what I'm saying? So it's a double-sided question there.
All right, good. All right, guys. I think that's it for today. We appreciate you guys tuning in very much. We'd also appreciate it if you press the share button, because it tells Facebook that you like what we're doing. It tells your friends to check it out, and it actually lets us get more views. So hit the share button for us if you would, if you liked what you saw. And we will be back next Tuesday at 11, right? I think we're both in town, right?
Yeah.
So 11-ish. It works out perfect because Dallas comes in. We do our haircut. Sammy comes in to do the haircut. So he comes in Tuesday morning at 9:30-ish. I come in, get my haircut, he gets his haircut, and then we do this. So it ends up, you get a meal in, and it's like kind of perfect timing. So you're off to go train now, huh?
Yeah, so, well, Ashley just landed. She just texted me she landed. Cool. So she's going to meet me at
Orlando.
The house.
Oh, here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
She's in Fort Lauderdale, so she's going to meet me at the house. And then
she was gone for like what? She was gone for like a day?
48 hours. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
It was quick.
Yeah. But she's going to be proud of me, dude. I did the dishes this morning, so she's going to walk in. I hope she's like,
hell yeah.
I hope she sees that I did the dishes.
You want a little appreciation.
Yeah, right. Because I normally don't. I'm not really good at housekeeping things.
No.
So hopefully she's proud of me for that one.
I think she should be. I know Darielle would be shocked if I did this. She would be like, she's like, "Are you on drugs?
What did you do?"
Yeah. That may be what she thinks. I did something bad that she didn't know about. All right, well, guys, thank you very much. Tune in next week. We appreciate it. Until next week, see y'all later.